Oh shit, here we go again.
What's good, my Division community? Welcome back to another Tom Clancy Division 2 build PvE video, and today we have a unique special one with a lot of twisters. Very similar to a lot of Eagle Bearer builds, but this one we have a hybrid. We have some insane heals with some burst damage, and trust me, out of all the Eagle Bearer variants, this is probably my favorite one just because you have a lot of survivability. Now, I have an Eagle Bearer series. I have a playlist. This is going to get added to that series. This is a variant. One thing I would say, if you don't like this build, there's a playlist that has a lot of Eagle Bearer builds that is one for you. Make sure you check it out. Now, if you're new, leave a like. If you're a returning person, leave a comment. And if you're a hater, you already know my slogan. I'll catch you when I catch you. So in today's build video, guys, we have a unique one. I've been meaning to go back to the hybrids for a long time. I haven't touched hybrids in a minute. If you look at my previous videos years ago, I was always playing with heals, but I just wanted to try something different. I've always wanted to rebuild back my OG build back in the old days. There's a build that I made called the Futsal Shuffle build. It's on my channel, but I decided to remake it. Today we have finally did it again. So we're gonna go into it real quick. Let's go into it right now. So you see what we got here. Bam. We got the Firewall Specialization. We got 1.5 million armor. We have 4 skill tiers, really 5 skill tiers, and I'm gonna break that down why. But 907.2k health. Come on, guys, we did it again. We made a health hybrid DPS build with the EB. Now, let's get into why this is probably special and unique and better than almost any other EB build that I made in the past. So, we got the Firewall Specialization. A lot of y'all gonna tell me to go ahead and use the Technician Specialization because this gives you a skill tier. Trust me, we're not doing this. I'm doing something called substituting the build. I don't need too much skill tiers. Since we have a health build, you know we have to use Firewall. And if you don't know, Firewall is the only specialization that gives you health on kill, and it also gives you a perk to where you pop a kit, you get back health and armor kit back for 10 seconds. It's the strongest kit in the game. Everybody already knows it, but that's why we're using this. We could go with this as well, but the kit on this specialization is not really worth it, and you don't get no health on kill. You could go with Gunner too if you want some armor on kill, and I think some RPM boost with it too. You could go with that as well, but again, I want to get health on kill because I'm telling you, I've tried it with these other 2 specializations and it just wasn't really working as much. Of course, with the tac, it works a little better because you got heals, but once your armor go, you can't get no health back, so it defeats the purpose of the build. That's why you want to go with the Firewall Specialization. Now, again, I said this in a lot of my videos, a lot of y'all do not like the modifier, right? But you have to put the modifier on. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why you want to put this modifier on, because you see where it says passive recruit bonuses. I talked about this a lot in my previous videos, so I ain't about to go too much into it. Assault recruits, you basically get 15% free damage, 20%, you know, hazard protection if you get the meta recruits, and 15% skill efficiency. But if you do not have a companion by your side, we don't have one active, you get this to be double. So in this case, you're getting 30% free weapon damage, which comes in clutch for a build that has hybrids, which kind of lack on damage. So we're getting free 30% added on to what we have now. Oh, we get an extra 40% hazard protection with 10% from your watch, so that's 50%. So you're actually getting back a lot of, you're basically getting cleansed from status, and then you got heals. Then you get in 30% skill efficiency, which comes in clutch with the whole build because skill efficiency increases heals, skill haste, skill damage, you know, all the yellow utilities when it comes to skill builds, it increases all of that. So we are getting that to be the best of the best. Now, what we have here is the NinjaBike Messenger Backpack. I'm going to talk about this real quick because it's going to make everything make more sense. The reason why we have the NinjaBike Messenger Backpack is because you see how this works is when you put the 1 piece on, you get the 2. You know what I'm saying? You put 2, you get 3, you put 3, you get 4. It works just like that. So let's break it down. We got weapon damage, extra armor core, an extra skill tier, and then we have 20% incoming repairs. We're going to get into that later, but we want incoming repairs. We don't want to overkill it. We just want to have a decent amount, you know what I'm saying? Because the skill efficiency is going to help us with all of this lack of healing. That's why we have the NinjaBike on. You see, we have Palisades. We want to go with Palisades because they give us armor on kill and 60% health. But you see how I slapped on the 1 piece and I got the 2 piece. That's how the NinjaBike work. And if I slap on the 2 piece of Palisades, or if I put 2 piece Palisades on, I'll get the 3 piece. You feel me? So that's how it worked. But you see we got crit damage and crit chance for the gloves. We also have a chill out mask. We slapped on Guard. We're getting 5% total armor, 60% health like I said. We rolled that to a skill tier, repair skills, critical hit chance for the mods because we want to make back up on the crit chance. Now we have 511. You see we slap on 1 511, but we got 2 piece. We want 30% health and we gain 30% incoming repairs, which actually comes in clutch with the 20% incoming repairs that we have on this backpack itself. And you see what we have here is the Picaro's holster. You can't go wrong with this. You slap this to a skill tier. The 2 piece give us an extra skill tier, and we get skill haste, and we get a free weapon damage. So you're basically getting small buffs for just slapping these on. You're basically getting free skill tiers without putting into too much skill tiers, and you're getting free weapon damage. And then we could talk about the #1 contender here, which is the equalizer. Now we slapped on the equalizer because again we want more damage, and then we got 15% weapon damage. You could also go to a skill tier with this if you want to, like how I previously said, you want to go to 5 skill tiers, you could actually do that. But if you want more damage, you just go with the equalizer, and we want a perfect obliterate. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, stacks of 24 times. So you're getting that on top of your expertise 30, on top of the modifiers, and then you have an insane heals. Guys, you already seen the gameplay. I don't be posting no BS if it ain't rocking, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I would say this, a lot of my builds is off meta, so it would take some time to get used to, but I always say this every time. Once you understand how health plays, you could play with almost any health build, and it's PvE. Almost anything works in PvE. You see what I'm saying? So we got critical hit damage, health, and critical hit chance for the mod. We also getting 20% assault rifle damage, and we getting 5% RPM, which is giving us more insane damage like what I previously said. You know, let's talk about the skills. We have a Restorer Hive. You could use any type of healing ability skill you want, but the reason why I chose this Hive is because when I'm playing, if I use a chem launcher, I don't have time to drop a chem on the floor and sit around and do that. I ain't got time for that. And then also, the chem launcher heal is not as strong as a Hive. A Hive is basically the strongest heal, that and the traps. But the Hive, you basically want to drop this Hive when you get down low, and then you basically get all your armor back. And then you also have a defender drone, which is what you want to use. I wouldn't recommend you use no other drone. If you want to use a fixer drone, go ahead, but this is a damage reduction. And the reason why this is going crazy because we have, like I said, 4 to 5 skill tiers. If we have 4 skill tiers, we're getting over 54.4 damage reduction. I believe I'll go to skill tier 5, it's going to go up to 64. So you're just a tank, guys. You're a tank. You have insane healing, and then you're doing damage. We're going to get into the Eagle Bearer soon, but you could go with any of these skills, but these are the 2 preference skills that I chose. Next, let's talk about the EB, because this is the main beauty of the whole build, like I always say. And the reason why you want to go with this gun, because this gun gives you tenacity, and it also gives you time to actually heal up. And we're going to get into that real quick. You see it hits for 123.15k base damage with expertise 30 and a modifier. Come on, guys. 892 RPM, 16 the mag, so you just sit there in ADS and you'll heal. Boom. Then we got Eagle Strike. Accuracy increases as you consistently fire up to 30%. Let's get it. Headshot kills grant tenacity buff for 15 seconds. Let's get it. The strength of tenacity is increased by 1% for body shots and 5% for headshots. Let's get it. So let me break this down to you real quick on how this joint work. When you get your tenacity proc, just drop your Hive. Drop your Hive and pop that defender drone, because you're going to soak up so much bullets. And the reason why I'm telling you that, because here's the second half of what you're about to read. Tenacity, 40 to 80% of damage taken delayed until the buff expires. All of the total delayed damage is reduced for each enemy kill while the buff is activated up to 100% to 3 kills. So when you get this tenacity proc, guys, you basically get the headshot. You have 15 seconds to basically be in God mode, but all the damage that you're intaking, all of that's going to come back and hit you. So if you take too much damage, you will basically be back to the checkpoint. You feel what I'm saying? But that's why we got these 2 skills. We got the Hive and we got the defender drone. When you get the tenacity proc, if you proc either one of those, you're not going to die. You want to know why? Because the tenacity is going to give you the 80% to 60, no, the 40 to 80% damage reduction, but then you also getting that defender drone, like I previously said, is giving you 54.4 damage reduction as well. And then if your tenacity goes away, you have the Hive to heal you back up with insane heals. Come on, man, you already, it's just synergizing perfectly. That's why I told you these two skills is the best skills. Next, we got 15% critical hit chance, 10% weapon handling, 20% critical hit damage. This is very great for hybrid builds because they come with high stats for, you know, hybrid builds. Hybrid builds, you don't expect too much crit chance and crit damage. That's why hybrid builds are very low in damage. But with the Eagle Bearer, they have high, very, very, very high stats on it. You could go with the capacitor. I know a lot of y'all want to use the capacitor. This don't give you tenacity, guys. When your health breaks, yeah, you do a lot of damage with this gun, but you're going to hit the floor. You're going to be spending time more healing and taking cover and everything. That's why I'm saying tenacity is your best friend. You get this, you don't take damage for real. I mean, you take damage, but you literally like tribal chief. You like in God mode for a couple of seconds, and it's up to you to utilize it. Get the headshot kill and just continue to chain it up. That's what I would say about that. Let's talk about the stats so we can get y'all out of here, agents. 55 crit chance, guys. 101 crit damage. You're looking at like, bro, come on. You're looking at the crit damage like it's low, and it is low. But that's the thing. The modifier makes up for that. You see me, man, I digress. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all already see how to build rocket. You know what it is. We ain't gotta talk about the secondary weapon because that ain't what we here for. If you want to use a secondary weapon, go ahead. Look at the stats. 50% incoming repairs. We could go higher. But I want 50% incoming repairs with that. You feel me? We got 50% bleed resistance. You see, we got a lot of hazard protection, like I told you. So yeah, guys, that will basically be it for this hybrid insane damage Eagle Bearer build. Trust me, this is another variant added to the playlist. Like I previously said, there's a playlist that I have. If you don't like this Eagle Bearer build, there's another one for you that you could click on and you will find, trust me. But out of all the ones, this one is probably going to be your favorite one because this one has insane healing. Yes, the damage is kind of, you know, mixture, but substituting the build, guys. Always substitute your build. That's what I'm going to leave this video off for, and hopefully y'all enjoy it. So if you're new, leave a like. If you're a returner person, leave a comment. If you hate some, man, you already know my slogan. I'll catch you when I catch you. For more insane, especially hybrid builds and Eagle Bearer builds and health builds mainly, subscribe to this channel. Y'all know where to come to when y'all want some of this extra sauce. It's your boy K. Stay safe out there. Have an exuberant week, and I'll catch y'all in my next video, agents. Peace.